More now on the breaking news. The FBI Director Chris Wray resigning at the end of President Biden's term next month. Let's bring in Republican Senator Kevin Cramer. Senator, thanks so much for joining us. Donald Trump has picked loyalist Kash Patel to lead the FBI. Do you agree with Trump that Kash Patel is, quote, the most qualified nominee to lead the FBI in the agency's history?
Well, I don't know enough, Wolf, about the agency's history to know who all the directors are, whether Kash is the most qualified one in history, but he's certainly qualified in my view. In fact, I think he's an excellent pick, given his background, given his ability to see the FBI through the lens of an overseer, and being loyal to Donald Trump. There's nothing wrong with that, but more importantly, being loyal to the rule of law, which hopefully we can return to the FBI now.
You said earlier today that Kash Patel will root out corruption at the FBI. I want to play a bit of what he's said in the past. Watch this.
Sure.
It shut down the FBI Hoover building on day one and reopening the next day as a museum of the deep state.
We're going to come after the people in the media who lied about American citizens, who helped Joe Biden rig presidential elections. We're going to come after you. Whether it's criminally or civilly, we'll figure that out. But yeah, we're putting you all on notice.
So, Senator, why does this give you confidence he will act impartially as the FBI director?
Well, because it is the job of the FBI director to oversee an agency that roots out evil, that roots out illegal activity. It's starting with the FBI itself, by the way. I don't find it partisan to want to get to the root of how is it that the FBI raided Mar-a-Lago early in the morning with guns out and looking for documents that if they knew existed, all they had to do was ask for them or get a subpoena and go get them in a peaceful way in cooperation with the president and his lawyers, or the FBI that got involved in suppressing information in the Hunter Biden laptop story, which was really election interference. These are serious problems for an agency whose job is to uphold and enforce the laws of the United States. If somebody doesn't investigate them, then they're derelict in their duty.
But as you know, Senator, I assume you know this, the FBI repeatedly asked for those top secret, sensitive, compartmented information documents, the most highly sensitive documents around. They repeatedly asked that they be returned, and their requests were repeatedly denied.
There's no question that there were legal activities taking place back and forth in negotiation, but there was no need to arm a bunch of FBI agents to the teeth, put on bulletproof vests, show up in their SWAT outfits, and raid Mar-a-Lago. It shows an indignity of the whole thing. And by the way, here we are today with the whole case being dismissed. And I think it's a major reason why the American people said on Election Day, you know what? It's not going to happen again, and I think it's one of the biggest reasons Donald Trump is reelected as president of the United States, and now, of course, going forward with a growing approval rating as people see the way he's handling this transition.
But you know those documents, as I pointed out, were among the most sensitive in the U.S. intelligence community, and that many of them were simply lying around various locations in Mar-a-Lago, where all sorts of foreign visitors were showing up. If those documents got into the hands of U.S. adversaries, they could easily compromise U.S. sources and methods and endanger those U.S. sources out there if they got into the wrong hands. Does that not worry you?
I don't think former presidents or former vice presidents like Joe Biden should take classified documents out of the White House, but I would remind people that the president does have the authority to declassify documents. The vice president does not, but Vice President Joe Biden took documents and left them in his garage unlocked, and he got no prosecution, no charges, but justice turns a different way when it comes to Donald Trump. Again, I think it's that injustice that the American people have seen and said, you know what, I don't trust these guys anymore. I'm going to go with the disruptor.
Senator Kevin Cramer of North Dakota, thanks for joining us.
Always a pleasure. Thanks, Will.